So did you know that based off of the previous 6 stock market crashes where the stock market drops more than 20%, they have always recovered? So there's been a total of 6 of them in the past 6 years. We're currently experiencing the 7th one, right? In 2022, inflation became very high. Federal Reserve began to raise interest rates and stock market began to drop. So we can go to QQQ, which is the NASDAQ future. It's a NASDAQ ETF. And by pulling this up, you should be able to see, based off of previous all-time highs, we were previously trading at 406, and then now we're currently trading at 287. So overall market, very, very oversold. And then when asking that magical question, when is the best time to invest? It's a very simple answer, right? When's the best time to invest? This is not trading. This is not swing trading. This is, investing, value investing. Well, it's a very simple concept. The whole point of investing is to find a company that's publicly traded that's undervalued, right? So then when asking that question, well, what company right now is undervalued, right? And for me, it's very easy to understand this, or it's very easy for me to be so willing to invest in Apple, to invest in Amazon, to invest in Microsoft and in Google, companies that I do not see going anywhere anytime soon, right? I don't need them to make me money right now. But I know that over time, maybe not now, maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but they will continue to make new highs. And that's something that I want to talk about. That based off of history, based off of the previous 6 stock market crashes, not only have they recovered, but they have always made new highs. And this is what I want to show you. If we look at this on the actual week chart, so I normally look at the day chart, and this is the NASDAQ market, right? So this was the beginning or the end of 2021, and this is where we're at right now. We've been selling off, making lower highs and lower lows all of 2022. So if you haven't invested yet, again, just check this out. This is where we're at on the weekly chart, where every candle represents 1 week of time. Looking back, this is 2011, this is 2010, this is 2009. I want to keep going back, right? This was the 2008 crash, right? 2008, market sold off. It sold off for about 6 months to a year, and then the market began to recover. And then within a year and a half, not only did we recover, but we made new highs, right? We always hear about it, the 2008 crash, but guess what? We recovered. This was the dot-com bubble. We made, markets were exploding. We sold off. This one took a lot longer for us to recover from, right? And continuing to now looking at where every candle represents 1 month of time, we could see this overall big picture thing, right? Where it's very easy to see that, yes, the market is oversold. Yes, the market is cheap. And if we look back on history, right, we can even just view some of the more significant ones. On Black Monday, if I'm not mistaken, on Black Monday, the stock market crashed more than 20%. And within that general time, it sold off more than 35%. And guess what? It didn't take long for the market to recover. Dot-com bubble, again, we just showed you market recovered. It's continues and continues to happen. The 2008 crash, right? Markets recovered. Continues and continues to happen. So when asking the question of when is the best time to invest, it's very simple, right? You can either invest in individual companies or you can invest in indexes, right? There's the S&P 500. You can invest in that by investing into SPY, which is an S&P 500 ETF. Feel free to look it up. The NASDAQ market has a big focus on tech, right? NASDAQ market, if you want to invest in that, you can invest into QQQ, which is the NASDAQ ETF, right? We have it pulled up. And then there's the Dow Jones, right? And then there's an ETF for that. Those are just the main 3, right? Those are the main 3 major indexes. There's like Vanguard and the list goes on. Those are for overall indexes. But the thing that I want to remind you, and I feel like I should make this video every single week because I know, markets are down, and yes, the markets can continue to sell off, but I feel like we are closer to the bottom than we are to the top. And with that being said, at that point, it makes sense to start preparing now. You don't need to buy with every dollar in your trading account or your investing account. You don't need to buy into the market right now, right? Within our LPP team, we talk about position sizing and how to split up your position depending on where it is, depending on the reversal, right? So if the stock is still selling off or the market's still selling off, then correct, you should not be fully invested. But as the stock market begins to indicate signs of recovery, then you begin to be able to add more to it, right? Because now direction is in your favor, market sentiment is in your favor, and then you can begin to step on the gas. It's all about position sizing and making sure that your original position, that you think of one thing, and it's not an if the stock market will recover, right? But it's a when, based off of history, because every single crash that we've experienced in the past 60 years, the stock market has always recovered. And to me, I mean, it's not going to be any different, right? The simple question you should ask yourself is, can you tolerate the time that the stock market will take to recover? And how is it easier to tolerate time? By managing your position size, right? So let me give you an example. You've never invested into the stock market before. I don't know if you have, right? Maybe you're a complete beginner. You can open up a free trading account, a free investing account. You can use my 5th link in the description if you're in the United States, or whichever trading application you want to use. Second step, you can fund it, not an unrealistic amount of money, right? My encouragement for you is limit yourself to 3. Keep it simple this time. But Ricky, if there's so much opportunity, why shouldn't I go all in? Because you have no experience, right? My thing is, market, crashes like this will continue to happen. Recessions like this will continue to happen. I just want you to learn the value of it. Even if you just buy one share of one company that you believe is undervalued, that you would not mind holding, and regardless of the time it takes to recover, but that you would not mind holding, right? It could be Amazon, it could be Apple, it could be Tesla, right? Whatever you believe in, right? Wherever you see something is undervalued. One share. But Ricky, why only one share? It's to prove a concept, right? It's a proof of concept. I want you to be able to see, because with that one share, if it takes a couple of weeks or if it takes a couple of months or a couple of years, that one share isn't going to, discourage you. It's not going to make you feel uneasy or uncomfortable, right? That often follows with or from trading with too much money, investing with too much money. And I don't want you to experience that. I don't want you to enter a position right now, and if the market continues to sell off, that you cut losses and you're like, no, I'm out. And then the market recovers and you're like, wow, I just missed out on that. No, my focus is to put yourself in a position in which you can tolerate. We talk about this all the time with our LPP teammates, how important it is to keep a well-balanced position size. And the easiest way to do it is just to limit yourself to one share, right? Buy one share of whatever index you want to invest in. So you could have a total of 2, right? And that's it. If you feel more comfortable as time goes on, as the market begins to recover, that you want to add more to it, then great, so be it. But my focus is just as a proof of concept, one share. It's not about the money, but I want you to focus on the percentage return. That if you would have invested whatever you're comfortable with, maybe $1,000, $10,000, what would that have looked like, right? Because a lot of people don't take this into consideration. But did you know that Amazon, even after this recent recovery, Amazon, from where it's currently at, again, Amazon, one of the most valuable companies, right, offers 86% ROI. If we look at Apple, Apple is literally one of the most valuable companies that's publicly traded. And from where we're at right now, 21% ROI. Might not seem like a lot, but again, 21% return on something that, again, nothing's guaranteed in life, but something that's close to guaranteed as possible, it's insane, right? If you look at something like Microsoft right now, based off of, trading at 247, also one of the most valuable companies that's publicly traded, 40% ROI. Now, one that might be a little bit more risky, but something that can pay off is like Tesla, right? Tesla trading at 195, previous all-time highs at around 414. This thing offers over 112% ROI. Imagine that, right? Just buying one share. And that's the thing, is I'm not here to overcomplicate it. I'm not here to encourage you to put yourself in a position that you are not ready for. My focus is I just want you to be someone that doesn't sit on the sidelines just like everyone else, right? They always think that investing is so complicated. They always think that investing is so risky, and it can be. But it's all about how much and what you choose to invest in. That is all. If you buy one share of Tesla, one share of Apple, one share of Amazon, whatever the case might be, or whatever one share that you see the most value in, it's not about the money anymore, right? It's about the proof of concept. So the next time when there's a recession, so the next time that the stock market crashes, you get excited because you know that's where the opportunity's at. So when asking the question, when is the best time to invest? When anything is undervalued. And guess what? When markets drop more than 20% and when GDP is down 2 consecutive quarters, now is the time to prepare, right? It's not that this is the bottom of the stock market. That's not what we're here to say, because we don't know that. You will never be perfect. Your entries will never be perfect. Your exits will never be perfect. But it's just about being good, right? Think about people that bought their house in 2015 or 2016. Did they buy at the cheapest price levels? No, but you have equity now because housing prices have increased in value. They didn't get it at the lowest price, right? They didn't buy it in 2010 or 2009 when the market was at the bottom, but it doesn't matter. They're still up on their original investment, and that's what matters. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. What are you doing to prepare now that will benefit your future self? And instead of sitting on the sidelines just like everyone else and talking about, no, it's too risky, how about you mitigate that risk and you just buy one share? I view that to be a very simple way of, becoming aware of what the stock market has to offer if you do things effectively and correctly. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. Remember, if you have any questions about what we talked about today, if you have any questions about just getting started, I encourage you, send me a direct message via Discord. That's that first link in the description, or send me a direct message via Instagram, and that's that third link down below. I do trade live every single day. It's not just investing, but I trade live every day, a single day in the stock market when the market's open. Monday through Friday, it's not just once a week, it's every single day. So if you want to be able to watch me trade live and you want to learn a little bit more about our Learn Plan Profit group, we are running a sale right now. You can take 2 minutes to click the second link down below, learn more about it, and see if it's a good fit for you. If so, I'll see you tomorrow at Market Open for our live trading session. Also, I am using the Webull trading application. It is for free. And if you use the 5th link in the description, you can earn up to 12 free stocks when you deposit $1. Appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.